This is IUPTV News, broadcasted from Davis Hall, and this is our weekly news bulletin. I'm Taylor Jones.
And I'm Sequoia Van Camp. We will begin with local news. Punxsutawney Phil predicted 6 more weeks of winter. Last Tuesday, the Punxsutawney Groundhog Inner Circle, along with thousands of others, came out early in the morning in temperatures around 11 degrees to see if Punxsutawney Phil would see his shadow. The prediction was different from Staten Island Chuck's, who did not see his shadow, which means an early spring.
Bon-Ton Stores is closing 42 locations across the country following years of declining sales. The company said that it will close a total of 17 stores in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. This includes other stores under their ownership, like Boston Store, Carson, Junkers, Herberger's, and Elder Beerman. 8 of the stores listed include locations in Johnstown, State College, Du Bois, and Erie. Online shopping is considered one of the reasons for the decline in trips to physical stores.
2018 is bringing new changes to the lives of many IUP students. The new Multicultural Student Leadership and Engagement building was recently opened. The president inaugurated the building with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. Taylor Jones has her story.
For some students that are in organizations here at IUP, they can have a hard time finding a place to have meetings or social events held at. But for the spring semester, that all will change. A newly constructed Center for Multicultural Student Leadership and Engagement will help all of the organizations on IUP's campus to collaborate with each other and keep students updated on their upcoming events. Elkin Hall was surrounded by faculty and students to watch the ribbon-cutting ceremony. I got the chance to talk to the director on how he feels about the new center.
I am very excited about working here because it's an opportunity for students to really grow and to become the future professionals they want to be.
This center received a $2.7 million grant and only took 1 year to be built. It has a brand new social space, a multi-purpose room, a dance studio, and more rooms for the students to enjoy.
It gives us diversity with students, and we all got this little great room to be in now.
It benefits me because I have a TV show called Hawk Talk. I don't know if you heard of it or not, but it's around, and yeah, it benefits that because that's a place that I can come to with my TV show, you know, and we can come here, have meetings and stuff like that, talk about the upcoming stuff that we want to do, and it's just a place that we can come back to, and you know, we ain't really got to worry about always finding a new room, you know what I'm saying, like that.
This center benefits on serving all students and brings people from diverse backgrounds together. This building is open Monday through Friday. I'm Taylor Jones reporting for IUP TV News. Another source of good news is the continuation of funding to bring international teachers to IUP. For 3 consecutive years, IUP has received funding from the Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs to serve as a host institution for high school teachers from 9 different countries, such as Bangladesh, Brazil, Egypt, and Ghana. 16 international secondary teachers have been selected for this professional development experience. They will observe teaching practices in high schools around Greater Indiana. They will be here at IUP for the entire spring semester.
As the new Elkin Hall is ready for students and their activities, Leonard Hall is being demolished. The development of the new Leonard Hall is expected to start in 2020. The new building is expected to create more space for the Science Building.
Hey guys, I'm Haley.
I'm Kane.
Hi, I'm Haley. And you're watching Witticism.
You're watching Witticism.
And you're watching Witticism.
new spring semester, we want to feature students and their work. One of them is Kenneth O'Gilly, a full-time student in comm media who has multiple jobs. Richard Loftus has his story.
At a glance, you probably think Ken Gilly is one of your professors. At 55 years old, Ken returned to school as a full-time student. Outside of school, he works a full-time job as a training supervisor at UPS, as well as volunteering as the technical director at his church. One of his biggest motivations at coming back to school was proving a point to his kids.
Well, as I was progressing, I have several kids, and they were in and out of colleges and switching institutions. So I figured to prove a point that anything's possible, I decided to go back to school myself.
Despite his enthusiasm about going back to school, he found some challenges along the way. Mainly, juggling his job and school, which he tries to figure out with his advisor.
Having a time schedule the way I have, it's kind of hard to manage, but when you take in consideration that in the long run, you get the degree, you get the fulfillment that you accomplish something. I think time at work, school, and play all kind of balances itself out.
How do you plan on using your skills that you've learned here later on in your life?
Well, I'd like to take my skills into UPS, possibly with their media department, if it goes that way, and with myself volunteering for church, I'd like to maybe go into a church and use my skills for the ministry.
With all the skills that Ken has learned here at IUP, he hopes to teach the younger generation that anything is possible at any age. Reporting for IUPTV, this is Richard Loftus.
Assisting people with disabilities has always been a passion for Jessica Wirtz, a senior in disability studies at IUP. Ryan Wirtz has the story.
It takes a special kind of person to help those with disabilities, and one of those special people is Jessica Wirtz. Like the people she wishes to work with, Jessica has a severe hearing loss of her own, and she has dealt with that for a long time.
I didn't really understand that I had a problem with hearing until I got to middle school. I remember specifically when I realized I had a hearing loss, I was sharing an MP3 player with somebody else in the bus, and when I gave them my earbud to put in their ear, they went like this and were like, "That's so loud."
And it's because of this disability, Jessica feels like she will dedicate her life to helping those with a similar situation. Currently, Jessica is a senior at IUP, and she has already been involved with the people around her. Recently, she worked with the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation, which is a statewide agency that works with people with disabilities to help them gain and maintain employment. One of the things she emphasized is her experiences and similar situation.
Especially with Summer Academy, one of my favorite things was when a student would look at me and they would say, I've never met another person with a hearing loss that wasn't my grandmother or wasn't someone much older than me. And just being able to be a positive influence and a role model to them. I've had students contact me after the Summer Academy telling me how much of an impact I've had on them. Just being able to show students that the world does not end if you have a hearing loss, and you can do literally whatever you want, and you can do any career, you can go to any college.
Living with difficulties in hearing, Jessica knows the challenges. Growing up, she was often left alone when it came to coping with her issue with others, which is why she plans to travel from school to school, helping students who have hearing loss and educating their schools and facilities wherever they are.
The reason why I want to be an itinerant teacher rather than being a teacher in like a school for the deaf or a regular classroom teacher is because I know what it's like to have a hearing loss in school and feel like nobody understood what I was going through. I went to a very small school, a very rural school, and so the number of people that I was able to interact with that had a hearing loss was slim to none.
Today, roughly 12.9% of all students enrolled in school have some type of hearing loss. And while most schools around the U.S. are spending more when it comes to disabilities, there are still others who lack funding or the knowledge to distribute this funding properly. So it's people like Jessica who shed a light on people who would otherwise be left in the dark by educating schools and providing better care for these students.
Coming up, Peyton Markajon will bring you health and wellness news and stories. Stay tuned.
We need an idea. So let's go through some things. How about a group of kids that hunt for ghosts?
Hey guys.
That's Olivia. That's Tiff.
That's Naylin. And each week we're here to bring you the hottest,
The latest, the juiciest celebrity news.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Olivia and Naylin in the hot seat real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys a celebrity or a phrase, and you give me one word to describe it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
On your mark. Get set. Justin Bieber.
Kind-hearted.
Beyonce.
Flawless.
Kardashians.
Overrated.
Kanye West.
Crazy.
All right, here's a tricky one. E&B.
Oh, Tuesday at 10 p.m. Hello and welcome back to IUP News. I'm Peyton Markajon and I will be bringing you some lifestyle stories. Habits can be hard to break. ABC News chief medical correspondent Jennifer Ashton understands the challenge of giving up alcohol for 1 month. Ashton said completing this challenge was surprisingly easy, with good results in the form of weight loss, better sleep, and clearer skin. Having a strong support system is key while completing this challenge. Another habit to pay attention to is having breakfast to start your day. It turns out you are better off starting your day with a piece of pizza rather than a bowl of cereal. That's right. According to a dietitian, Chelsea Amer, a slice of pizza contains more fat and less sugar than most cereals. If you eat pizza, you won't experience a sugar crash. And pizza also has more protein than most cereal, which will make you less hungry in between meals. Don't forget to include Greek yogurt with fruit or even last night's chicken and veggies in order to get a balanced and nutritious first meal. One habit people may want to break is not exercising enough. Many people say exercising is their New Year's resolution. Rachel Laskowski went to see how people on IUP's campus are implementing this resolution.